Welcome to Furniture Industry News for Thursday, August 22nd, 2025. I'm here to bring you the latest updates that matter most to furniture industry professionals. Let's dive into the stories shaping our industry this week. We're starting today with what's arguably the biggest story impacting our industry right now: tariffs. The Trump administration recently expanded steel and aluminum tariffs to a massive 50%, and this isn't just affecting a few products anymore. The new tariffs, which took effect Monday, expand the scope of the levies to include more than 400 additional product categories. For those of you in motion furniture, this is particularly concerning since steel is a key component in recliners and other motion pieces. What does this mean for your bottom line? Upholstery manufacturers and also metal furniture producers are keeping an eye on global sourcing as these tariffs threaten to raise costs significantly. We're not just talking about raw steel here. Furniture manufacturers and retailers, with steel being a key material in furniture production, especially for bed frames, recliners, and office furniture, higher tariffs will lead to increased costs for manufacturers that rely on Canadian imports. This will likely drive up wholesale prices across the board. But steel isn't the only concern. The furniture industry is facing a complex web of tariffs that's reshaping how we think about sourcing and pricing. Some of the furniture industry's largest source countries would be hit with tariffs ranging from 20% for the European Union to 46% on Vietnam. These aren't small numbers. They represent significant cost pressures that many manufacturers are already feeling. Container shipping costs are adding another layer of complexity to this story. While spot rates have been falling, the uncertainty around tariffs is keeping container prices volatile. Many companies are trying to get ahead of potential cost increases by adjusting their shipping schedules and inventory strategies. Some are even reconsidering their entire supply chain approach, looking at domestic suppliers or alternative sourcing countries that might offer better cost structures under the new tariff environment. The ripple effects are already showing up in company announcements. Major office furniture company Knoll has already announced a 4.5% list price increase effective June 2nd. Directly citing these policy changes. This is likely just the beginning. Expect to see more price adjustments as companies work through their existing inventory and start dealing with higher-cost incoming goods. Now, while tariffs are creating headwinds, there's some potentially good news on the housing front that could help offset these challenges. Housing starts rose nearly 13% compared to July 2024, which is significant for our industry. More new homes typically means more furniture purchases, especially in categories like bedroom and dining room sets where new homeowners need to furnish entire rooms. What's even more encouraging is that there are more homes on the market overall. This increased inventory could be good news for the furniture industry because it often leads to more home sales and moves. When people buy homes or move, they typically need furniture, whether it's new pieces for a different layout or upgrades from their previous home. The connection between housing market health and furniture sales has always been strong, and these positive housing indicators suggest we might see increased demand in the coming months. The timing is interesting because millennials will be the driving force for years to come. According to the 2024 profile of home buyers and sellers, published by the National Association of Realtors, the typical first-time buyer's median age reached an all-time high of 38 years old. This demographic shift means we're dealing with buyers who often have more established careers and higher incomes when they finally purchase homes. They're also more likely to invest in quality furniture pieces rather than just temporary solutions. Speaking of market dynamics, let's talk about what major retailers are seeing. Walmart's U.S. operations showed strong top-line momentum in Q2, which gives us insight into broader consumer spending patterns. When major retailers like Walmart see growth, it often indicates that consumers have spending power for discretionary purchases like furniture and home furnishings. This positive retail environment, combined with the improving housing market, creates a more optimistic backdrop for furniture sales despite the tariff challenges. Looking at the bigger picture, manufacturers are actively looking beyond tariffs to find ways to maintain competitiveness. Some are investing in automation to offset higher material costs. Others are redesigning products to use less steel or finding alternative materials that aren't subject to the same tariff pressures. There's also increased interest in domestic sourcing, though this comes with its own challenges around capacity and cost. The industry is adapting in creative ways. Some companies are working with U.S. assembly operations that import individual components from various countries, then put everything together domestically. This approach can sometimes help navigate the tariff landscape more effectively than importing finished goods. Others are diversifying their supplier base to reduce dependence on any single country or region. What's clear is that the furniture industry is in a period of significant change. The tariff environment is forcing companies to rethink supply chains that have been in place for years. At the same time, positive housing market indicators suggest underlying demand for furniture remains strong. Companies that can navigate these cost pressures while maintaining product quality and competitive pricing will likely emerge stronger. For industry professionals, this means staying flexible and keeping close tabs on both policy developments and market indicators. The companies succeeding right now are those that are proactive about adjusting their strategies rather than simply reacting to changes as they happen. The next few months will be critical as we see how these various factors play out. Will the positive housing trends offset tariff-related cost increases? How will consumers respond to higher furniture prices? These are the questions that will shape our industry's performance for the rest of 2025. That's a wrap on today's furniture industry news. If you found this update helpful, please subscribe to stay current on all the developments affecting our industry. We'll be back with more news and analysis to keep you informed about what matters most in furniture manufacturing, retail, and distribution. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.